Hello and welcome to Chabot News for Wednesday, March 3rd, 2021. My name is Frank, and in today's news, we will be covering FDA-authorized Johnson & Johnson COVID-19 vaccine and COVID relief bill. In sports, Mike will cover 49ers coach assessments and Lakers versus Warriors. And in entertainment news, Ty will cover the late Chadwick Boseman. Lastly, in our top 5, Joanne will tell us the top 5 women making history countdown of the week. All that and more coming up on Chabot News. The FDA authorized a third COVID-19 vaccine in the battle against the pandemic Saturday. The new vaccine from Janssen, a division of Johnson & Johnson, requires only a single dose. Natasha Chen reports on what this important new development means for the fight against coronavirus.
A third coronavirus vaccine will likely become available as soon as next week, now that the Food and Drug Administration has authorized Johnson & Johnson's single-dose vaccine for emergency use.
Significantly, the vaccine is highly effective in preventing severe COVID-19.
The Johnson & Johnson vaccine requires no complex refrigeration and only one dose. The company says it's ready to begin shipping doses as early as Sunday.
Having an additional safe and effective vaccine will help protect more people faster.
Thanks, Natasha. More groups of people, like younger adults with underlying health conditions, are becoming eligible for the vaccine in some states. With nearly 7% of the country fully vaccinated, the number of cases, deaths, and hospitalizations continue to stay lower than the holiday peak. The Biden administration's first legislative priority clears a hurdle. On Saturday morning, the House of Representatives passed his
President Joe Biden says his pandemic relief plan will give the U.S. a much-needed boost.
And the people of this country have suffered far too much for too long. We need to relieve that suffering. The American Rescue Plan does just that. It relieves the suffering, and it's time to act.
The package includes $1,400 stimulus payments for some Americans, enhanced unemployment aid, and a minimum wage hike to $15 per hour, which the Senate is expected to strip out.
I believe that we have to pass this part of the bill because, $7.25 an hour are poverty wages.
Senate Minority Leader Mitch McConnell blasted House Democrats in a statement for passing the $1.9 trillion package without bipartisan support. No Republicans in the House voted for the bill, and 2 Democratic officials voted against it.
When President Biden first introduced this, there was a thought that, this is what he wants, but it's going to get watered down. And at least what we've seen is in the House, he's getting pretty much everything that he wants.
Biden is calling on the Senate to pass the bill promptly.
If we act now, decisively, quickly, and boldly, we can finally get ahead of this virus. We can finally get our economy moving again.
I'm John Lawrence reporting.
Thanks, John. If the bill gets through the Senate with changes, it will return to the House for a different vote. After that, it heads to Biden's desk for his signature that would turn the bill into law. A Hayward Assemblyman introduced a new bill in the state legislature to end most common pre-employment drug screenings for marijuana. Assembly Bill 1256, proposed by Assemblyman Bill Quirk, would make it unlawful for employers to use tactics such as hair or urine tests to determine if someone has consumed marijuana in the past. If passed, the law would prevent employers from using the evidence as grounds for discrimination against an employee by denying or terminating employment, the Sacramento Bee reports. The Hayward Fire Department, in a partnership with Tribicio Vasquez Health Center and the Alameda County Department of Public Health, has established a COVID-19 vaccination site at the Firehouse Clinic on the grounds of Hayward Fire Station 7 in South Hayward. Currently, the site, located at 28300 Huntwood Avenue, is offering the COVID-19 vaccine by Moderna to Tribicio Vasquez Health Center patients and community members who are age 65 and older or work in the healthcare, emergency services, education, and child care and food and agriculture sectors in accordance with state and county vaccination criteria. The number of vaccination appointments and days and hours of operation of the vaccine site are subject to change based on weekly vaccine supply. Now we go to Joanne with the top 5 women making history countdown.
Thanks, Frank. March 1st is Women's History Month. Let's kick it off with top 5 women making history. In at number 5, WNBA team Atlanta Dream sold to new owners, including a former player. Two-time WNBA champion Renee Montgomery has made her mark on the court, and now she's making her mark off the court. Montgomery is now part of a 3-member ownership group that received approval from the WNBA on Friday to purchase the Atlanta Dream. As part of the group, she will become the first former player to be both an owner and executive of a WNBA team. Super kudos and congrats to Renee. In at number 4, the contributions of NASA's first African-American female engineer will be hidden no more. The name of Mary Jackson, one of the inspirations for the book Hidden Figures, now officially adorns the space agency's headquarters in Washington, D.C. Jackson played a key role in the early days of NASA, doing the complex calculations that made space travel possible. In 2019, she presumptuously awarded the Congressional Gold Medal, the nation's highest civilian honor. Jackson died at the age of 83 in 2005. In at number 3, singer Andra Day has been nominated for 2 Golden Globe Awards for her portrayal of Billie Holiday in the film The United States vs. Billie Holiday. The United States vs. Billie Holiday focused on the later period of the legendary jazz singer's career up until her death in 1959. Star of the film, Andra Day said, "I think more than anything, Billie Holiday wasn't just standing by her music. She was standing by her people, you know what I mean? She was standing by what was right." Andra Day recently won a Golden Globe Award for her performance in the film. She's the second Black woman ever to win a Golden Globe for Best Actress in a Drama. In at number 2, Issa Rae is making boss moves. That's right, the creator of the show Insecure on HBO recently launched Hooray Media that will consolidate all of her ventures from film, television, music management, and more. The consolidation of her ventures is just one of the ways she's setting roots. She has been expanding her portfolio by adding equity into Black-owned businesses and building new companies. She even has her own record label called Radio, where she signs artists and uses her show to promote and create visibility for the artists. We stand Issa and are patiently awaiting the last and final season of Insecure. And at number 1, a Black woman scientist plays key role in working to directly develop and produce the Moderna COVID-19 vaccine. Kizmika Corbett has been praised by top infectious disease experts for her role in the vaccine's development. Corbett felt it was necessary to be seen and not to be so much of a hidden figure, so to speak. Corbett's work is important in a country where Black students are less likely to enter the STEM field. Having representation in those fields matter, and we embrace and applaud Kizmika Corbett as she continues to make history. Back to you, Frank.
Thanks, Jovan. 13-year-old Ashlyn So brought together hundreds of people from the San Mateo community and beyond in a peaceful event dubbed STEM for Asians. The event took place at Central Park on East 5th Avenue and El Camino Rio in San Mateo. The crimes in Oakland's Chinatown seem to have hit a violent peak leading up to Chinese New Year 3 weeks ago. That's when the Volunteer Citizens Foot Patrol started, but it is not a long-term solution. A missing at-risk Fremont resident was found dead inside an overturned vehicle Saturday morning in an unincorporated area of Alameda County near Sunell and Fremont. According to the Dublin office of the California Highway Patrol, it received a call of an overturned vehicle off the roadway on Calaveras Road west of Rouge Creek. Alameda County Fire Department firefighters rappelled down the ravine to find the driver deceased in the vehicle. When the vehicle was recovered, it was confirmed that the driver had been reported missing out of Fremont last Sunday. Anyone with any information about the crash is asked to call the Dublin CHP office at 925-828-0466. Now we go to Thai with the week's entertainment news.
The late Chadwick Boseman received his first Golden Globes Award on Sunday, February the 28th, for his performance in the films Ma Rainey's Black Bottom. The award he won was for Best Actor in the Drama Motion Picture. His wife, Taylor Ledward, accepted the award on his behalf and gave a heartfelt speech while holding back tears. He would thank God, Taylor told those watching around the world. He would thank his parents. He would thank his ancestors for their guidance and their sacrifice. He would thank the team on set. He would say something beautiful, something inspiring, something that would amplify the little voice inside of us that tells us you can. Chadwick Boseman passed away 6 months ago after a battle with colon cancer. Chadwick's legacy will now shine even brighter with his mark forever being made in the Golden Globes history. After over 1 year of speculation, Marvel and Sony fans can now rest, finally knowing the title of the upcoming Spider-Man film. Sticking to the theme of the previous film titles, Spider-Man Homecoming and Spider-Man Far From Home, the third installment of the franchise has been officially titled Spider-Man No Way Home. The film will have Tom Holland returning as Peter Parker, along with the majority of the cast slated to return. Along with the title, a release date has been given to the public as well on December 17th of this year. Spider-Man No Way Home is set to have a theater release with the ongoing pandemic. That date, along with the theater release, is subject to change. That's it for this week's entertainment news. Now back to you, Frank.
Thanks, Ty. Dunkin' Donuts has collaborated with Frankfurt Candy to introduce iced coffee flavored jelly beans. Each bag is a mix of 5 flavors inspired by the iced coffee flavors at Dunkin'S: French vanilla, hazelnut, caramel latte, butter pecan, and toasted coconut. Pick up your bag of these limited edition jelly beans at Walgreens and Rite Aid stores. Now we go to Mike with the latest of this week's sports news.
Thanks, Frank. Head coach Kyle Shanahan of the 49ers, who served for many teams such as Houston, Washington, Cleveland, and Atlanta before becoming the head coach of the 49ers in 2017. With sports talks about how the 49ers will do this upcoming season, people have been looking at how Shanahan coaches and how he has his own coaching staff discuss his thoughts and strategies from 2020's football season. With his own offensive coordinator, Mike McDaniel, disclosing that there is a purpose behind everything instilled to face each opposing defense. During a 49ers podcast, McDaniel said, quote, "The idea is to have no standalone plays in a game. What that means is, okay, let's remove the success or failure factor. That play should influence the defense in one way, shape, or form for another play. Even if a play doesn't work, showing them the presentation of that play should make them worried about something that we have to play off of that." End quote. With them demonstrating this on the field with many dizzy varieties or formation shifts and motions that test defense and different counter moves that can be run off every play the 49ers call. With 49ers having a 73% usage of shift and motions last 2020 season. Will this mean success for them? We can only find out. Keep watch of those football games this 2021 season around September 9th, 2021. Dang, this one got me. Hearing what happened last month, Friday the 28th, with their loss to the Lakers 91-117, with the team struggling in the first quarter by a huge margin. This resulted in some beef with Dennis Schroeder and Steph Curry, with Curry doing a pump fake and then throwing for the 3 at the free throw line during the first quarter, with Steph going back to apologize to Dennis Schroeder, but Schroeder not happy, which led to both men getting into a confrontation, right, with both players' team's posse trying to break up or bring words to the scuffle. What's COVID? I hope they got their shots, but for sure this is some new beef on the court. But in my opinion, it's meh. Great gossip and entertainment for people while crazy stuff happens in the White House. These two men will still be playing, and that's it for this week's sports news. Back to you, Frank.
Thanks, Mike. A couple in New York isn't letting age or the pandemic stop them from marrying each other. Joy and John Schultz are 94 years young and they just got engaged. In the midst of the tough winter, their love blossomed. After receiving their second dose of the COVID-19 vaccine, they finally start planning their wedding. John and Joy Schultz say they are happy to begin their life together worry-free and perhaps a little less socially distant. That's all for Chabot News this week. Thanks to all the students and staff in the Mass Communications Department here at Chabot College for making this production possible. You can watch us anytime online at youtube.com/ChabotTV. stay tuned to KCTH Channel 27 for more Chabot TV.